this morning we're partnering with KVC Missouri as they kick off their final weekend of their back to school drive. It's an initiative we've been chatting about all month long, and today we are now sharing the stories behind the cause and doing one last push for those donations. KVC is a nonprofit with 900 caring team members working to strengthen families, prevent child abuse and neglect, and help people achieve mental wellness. This month, the organization is teaming up with Honeybee's Biscuits and Good Eats for a back-to-school drive. Throughout July, you can round up your purchase or donate while grabbing your favorite brunch, or you could donate with the QR code right there on your screen. And again, it's going to be up this entire show. How about that? This morning, we want to share with you not only what they do for the community, but meet the people whose lives have been changed thanks to KVC. So Malik is joining us live with a familiar friend. Malik?
Yes, our familiar friend, our KSTK family. I know you remember this lovely face here, Miss Christine Byers. Listen, we are so excited to have you back here on the show. How do you feel?
I feel great.
Feel
I'm
great?
So excited to be on camera again and here for this cause,
Definitely.
especially.
And you're on the opposite side here now. You're usually the one holding the mic here,
I
but
am.
we're here for a great cause, though. Let's get into it. So, KVC and Honeybees have been partnering throughout the month of July to raise money for kids going back to school, to give them that confidence that they need. And you know, while we talk about the fostering side of things, you and your family have a different story. So let's dive into that some.
Sure. So my son Louis is 11 years old, and he was born with a genetic disorder, and he has an autism diagnosis. So he is nonverbal, and he's been a student at KVC for about a year and a half now, and I cannot tell you how much progress we have seen him make.
That's beautiful.
Due to the incredible work that the people at KVC do. It's just amazing, it's outstanding, and I support it with all of my heart.
Definitely. And so, you know, we spoke with Stacy Dixon a few weeks ago about her journey. She's fostered 52 children.
Wow.
And, you know, one of the questions that I have for her was, outside of how do you do that, was, you know, how did you hear about KVC? What you know, pushed you towards KVC?
Sure. So my son is actually a St. Louis City public school student, and in that traditional setting where the options that they had for him just weren't working anymore. So we were looking for a new setting, and it was St. Louis Public School District that actually sent us to KVC to consider it as a place for our son. And we met with the staff, and we, you know, toured the facility, spent some time there, and really researched it, and it's the best place for him and so many others like him.
For sure. So, mentioning, you know, the public school system versus KVC, what would you say are the biggest differences, you know, with KVC versus the public school when it comes to, you know, your son and his needs?
Well, one of the biggest differences I think immediately is just the amount of resources, and that's why we're here today, to continue building those resources. I mean, anything that my son really needs is taken care of. Just something as simple as, you know, he really likes the vibration from speakers. And in music therapy, I mentioned that, and the next thing I knew, there was a speaker there.
Wow.
And I was looking into buying one because I knew, you know, he would do well with it. And I was just blown away by the fact that the community supports this organization so much to provide something like that.
For sure. How cool is that? Well, that is a beautiful story, and we actually have another story that we're going to be jumping to here in a bit. But Christine, we're going to be speaking with you more here, and we're going to be talking about this collaboration with Honeybees as well as KVC, raising those funds. We're trying to raise $50,000 as the QR code right there on your screen, so make sure you screenshot that so that you can share it around as well as donate. You can round up here, and again, we'll get into all that here in a bit. But
now, friendly reminder, we have our QR code. Scan it, scan it, scan it. A simple act at the checkout counter or a simple scan can make a big impact for local kids in foster care. KVC Missouri is partnering with Honeybee's Biscuits to help students head back to school with confidence. Malik again is once again live.
yes. Hello, good morning again. Yes, we're still here with our friend Christine, the KSTK family. She's a graduate now, but still. But no, listen, KVC and Honeybees have been partnering over the last month to raise money for essential needs for children in school, going back to school. And Christine, you and I were talking about, you know, how critical these needs are. You know, something as simple as a crown being changed to a coloring pencil. So talk about that. You know, these donations are essential.
Yeah, so basically, you know, the amazing staff at KVC, they really know what these kids need. And children like my son, they don't tend to do well with crayons, for example. They will eat them, they'll break them, that sort of thing. So his teacher just told me the other day, that's why, you know, colored pencils are on the wish list. And that's the kind of little things that this money goes so far to help kiddos like my son and adapt to their special needs.
And, you know, how do you feel knowing that you as a parent, seeing things like this, the community coming together to raise $50,000 here at such a popular place, Honeybees, to be in turn to help with that type of stuff?
It's honestly overwhelming. It's pretty emotional to know that the community is coming forward to support children that are just like my son, and there's so many out there, and I just can't say enough about KVC and how important these donations are to making sure that they have all of the opportunities that they can have.
Definitely. What they need to succeed. That should be the hashtag slogan there.
Indeed.
But let's bounce on back, Christine. We appreciate it. We're going to bounce on back and talk to the owners here. So again, there's a QR code right there on your screen. Screenshot that. We're trying to raise $50,000, and get this. A few folks have already donated in between the commercial breaks, so that's exciting stuff there. But welcome back on the show here. We have our friend here, owner of Honeybees. So last week, or I cannot remember the date that we were last here.
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
I think it was about 2 weeks ago, yeah. And so things have been on the up and up. We just had a donation not too long ago, so that's really exciting.
Awesome.
But you, as the owner of Honeybees, you know, what made you want to collaborate with, you know, an organization like KVC to bring all this together?
Well, KVC I think is a really important organization for the community, and I volunteered with them a couple years ago, and I just always found they do really great work. So they approached us about helping with the back to school fund, which I think is so important. I think every kid should feel confident and comfortable getting to go back to school with a new outfit, it's so exciting to get new school supplies, a new outfit, start the school year super confident and strong. And so we want to help make sure all the kids in our community are able to do that.
Definitely, for sure. And let's talk about your business a little bit so that folks who probably have never heard of Honey, I don't know how you haven't, but for folks who haven't heard about Honeybees, you know, what should they look forward to once they come through the doors?
Oh yeah, we have the best biscuits. So our honey glazed biscuit is our standard biscuit. Right now we have a peach biscuit, a garlic cheddar, and then this weekend we'll have a ham and cheese biscuit. Yeah, but the month of July is always our peach month. So we have lots of fun peach specials.
All right, well, that's some good stuff there. All the information you're gonna need is right there on your screen. Be sure to, again, check out that QR code. You can take a picture of that. It'll pull up the link right there on your phone. Just literally pull up your camera and tap the little link, tap the QR, and it'll all pop up for you there. But, $50,000 is what we need to get to, and some donations have already been rolling in over the last few weeks. Mary.
Final push, $50,000. Oh, Malik, I am so excited about this. $50,000. We're almost there. We're almost there. Can you ask Meredith if we're wanting to dine this weekend? What do we need to know?
Yes, so if we're wanting to dine this weekend, what should folks know? I mean,
Yes,
it's packed.
absolutely. Yes. So it is busy here, but we are super, super quick.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid if there's a line.
Yep.
But when you're in the store, after you check out, there's an option where you can add on a donation.
All right.
Same way online. So you can
Perfect.
order food
Yep.
online, add your donation that way,
All
and
right.
it goes straight to KVC.
It rounds up. That's
All
all
right.
you need to know there. Yeah.
We'll be right back.